here we are back again, and with me I have a board member from Singles Outreach Services Incorporated. They've been around a long time. We're going to be talking about that as well. I brought a few photos of past things, which is before your time, Dave. I know that.
A little bit.
Yeah, so tell me, Dave, how did you get involved with it, and why do you think it's important?
I feel it's a very good organization for our area for singles. I was going to join it 30 years ago, but my car broke down on the way to an event, yeah. And I rejoined it 2 years ago, and I find it to be a very successful organization for singles.
Because it's all activities, it's not just, there's no dating involved.
No, no, it's
I mean, if it happens, it happens.
If it happens, great, and I guess there is a few success stories in the organization itself, but we do a lot of different activities.
A lot of marriages, actually, over the years.
Yes,
A lot of marriages.
yes, there is.
Yeah.
We do a lot of activities in our office and in and around the Capital Region, not to see your line, but we do a lot of off-site events as well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get one going in Lake George this month.
I know it. Let's talk about that. Well, first of all, let's we'll bring up a couple of the photos. Let's see what we have first, and then I'll kind of chime in on it if we can get a photo up. They were incorporated. This is the original board, by the way. I found that photo, and that was from in 1985. It was organized, and that's the board members that are the first board. But we also have photos of they had a television show many years ago. See, this is
Really?
I have a little bit background more than he does on this.
Yes, you do.
But anyways, we did a TV show called Singles Talk, and we were written up in the newspaper about that. So that was really kind of cool. But we have a lot of activities going on. Let's see if we can bring up another photo. I'm not sure what they're bringing up now. Oh, there's a thing on Singles Talk that was filmed over in Bethlehem. And then it was filmed over at SAC. So we did a TV show that each week we did a different topic that would kind of, and then there's some photos. Maybe you can tell us what we're looking at some of those photos, if you can see them.
In the top corner is one of our photos from our potluck we have every Sunday, which is a nice gathering.
Picnic.
Looks like the next one is our picnic we have on holidays throughout the summer. The bottom one, I'm not sure.
I think there are just a couple of photos just showing the activities that are going on.
We have Elvis impersonator.
Yeah, we did. We had Drew Paulson there did some really great stuff too. And there's some more that we have. Of course, they're kind of hard to see from here, but we have different activities. Well, you do one. You do a drop-in Thursdays.
I do a drop-in every Thursday afternoon.
We've had the paranormal, and I think we've had live music, and we have a number of items coming up as well. My mic? Oh, he dropped his mic.
Oh.
Okay, we'll get your mic back on you. I'm good at this. I can do that. Okay, we'll get him mic'd up again. I guess it's going to slip off. Okay, so there's a lot of activities, and I think we have a photo of the newsletter. If we could bring that up, please. We'll just bring up the newsletter to show that people can get a newsletter. It just shows the activities that we can. Now, there it is. Give us an idea of what goes on during the. No, I think there's a write-up on your cruise. Tell us about the cruise coming up.
I was coming up August 16th. We're doing an optional luncheon cruise, or you can just do the cruise itself, or dinner afterwards, free time in Lake George. Just gather and get to a different location.
And if you look at the calendar, it looks like there's something going on every day. Is that right?
Pretty much. We have a potluck on Sundays. We do 2 movie nights a week. We have a real world discussion that could cover any topic, a wide array of topics there. We do have a bowling league on Wednesday nights. We have my Thursday drop-in. We have several entertainers come in on a Friday evening for entertainment. We have the paranormal you spoke about.
Yeah.
Book
discussions. There's book discussions.
Saturday night we have a game night, which is a very successful event. A lot of people enjoy that. We do different card games, board games.
Well, just full disclosure, I have to say that I am the executive director of the organization, so I butt in a little bit here. So that's okay. That's okay.
And does a terrific job for us, by the way.
Because in a way, I felt, I do the TV show, but when I realized that all of the good things that happen with people that are in transition, and some have been, single for a while, they just want a friendly, safe place to go.
Exactly. And more important than the activities themselves is the people I have met over the last 2 years. I have made a wide array of friends that I cherish. And I come from Canajoharie, New York to attend these events. And I don't come down to the events now because it's a game night or it's a card game or a movie.
You care about the people.
I come down for the people I
Yeah.
have made friends with.
Yeah, yeah.
And Ann, you're one of those friends.
Well, thanks, Dave. Yeah, good. And sometimes we meet a special friend as well,
Yes,
right?
you do.
That we connect with
Yes.
even stronger. I met my husband through SOS for 30 years, so that's a thing. But he founded the organization,
Yes.
so I stuck in there with him the whole time to keep things
I'm
going.
sorry I didn't get to know him.
Yeah, he was an amazing person. Greg Millett was the founder of Singles Outreach. He had a vision, and the vision was to provide a safe environment for singles to go to and to learn about different things that they might need. When we did our TV show, we used to do things. What do you have if you have an animal and you're single?
Right.
You're living alone, or how do you do about your cooking when you're alone? And you know, so it's a way of, and we do the potlucks so that people get nice balanced meals sometimes.
Right. And there's also the educational part of it for somebody just become acclimated to the single community for the first time, whether it be through divorce or
separation or death or
any
whatever.
other. And we provide a great service that way.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think that the idea that it's a safe place to come and enjoy camaraderie and chit-chatting, and sometimes people walk in and they're afraid. And we had one member many years ago that she came to when we used to have our Friday night dances. Right now we sponsor the Fourth Sunday Community Ballroom Dance, but she used to come to the Friday night dance and sit in the parking lot for an hour and go home.
Yep.
She did that week after week because she did not have enough courage to walk in. Once she got in, she eventually became president of the organization.
Oh, wow.
But the point is that we all have this anxiety about getting out there and meeting new people. We're in a new environment. It's sort of like frightening. Does everybody know everybody? And there I am alone, you know. The point is to have that friendship and opening to say, come on in, come join us. We're here. Pick up a deck of cards. Let's do something. But they're involved with activities, not just sitting there, not doing anything.
I had a similar experience not many people know about. When I first came to SOS 2 years ago, I sat in the parking lot myself.
Did you really?
The first time I went, I sat in the parking lot, and I got there probably a half hour before the event. It was a game night. And I was sitting in the car, and I knew it started at 7 o'clock. I'm watching the clock in the car. Am I going in? Am I? What am I going to do? And
see, it's not just women then. It's
I'm
men do
sitting
the
there,
same thing.
And I'm watching people go in, and I believe it was Fern that came over.
Fern Cott, yeah.
And she said, "Are you here for game night?" I said, "Well,
sort of.
Sort of."
Sort of.
And she says, "Come on in."
See, that was
And
that
I walked
friendship.
in,
That was just being a
and
friend.
She was one of the first friends I made at
Yeah.
game night, her and John. And since then, I became the host of game night.
I know.
And I've just met a wide array of friends.
And that's what happens, is that you're kind of like, oh, should I or shouldn't I? And I had the exact same experience. I came in to, it was like, it was called interactive sharing. It was like a real world, but interactive sharing. And there were about 50 people there. And I walked in and I just looked at this crowd. And it's like, I am not going in there. Oh my gosh, I don't know anybody. And Greg Millett was the director at the time. And he walked over to me and he said, "Here, I can find you a seat over here." And he's taking me where there's no door. It's like, wait, I need to know where the door is so I can get out of here. I have to. I had the greatest time that night, but it was like terror walking in. So if you feel that way, you're not alone. I need to tell people who's coming on next week, and then we'll come back here a little bit. Next week is August the 6th. Oh my goodness, we have the Animal Protective Foundation on. We have the Forever Young Band performing on our stage. I can't wait. And then we have the legal corner as usual. Our attorney will be here talking about legal issues. And you're not going to believe this, but besides the band, we're having the bagpipers on because we're going to be talking about the Scottish Games. So next week, this room is going to be rocking. So come join us. You can sit in our audience and watch it. So now, Dave, getting back to you. So we want people to find out if they'd like to check it out. This is a nonprofit organization. Phone number is 518-452-6883. We have to get that whole number.
Right.
I keep the 518. I keep
Yeah, I
forgetting
keep
to put
forgetting
that.
it myself.
You too, right?
Yeah.
I want to thank you so much for being here today and at least kind of getting our people charged up about joining a singles organization that is
thank you,
non-threatening and
and,
very friendly, and it was not a dating service. So
No.
we're gonna.
Like I said, I had the courage from a friend to join, and I'd like to reach out to the singles in this area watching today to come on down and spend an evening with us.
Yeah, join us. Thank you for watching. I'm Ann Pearl, your host for Schenectady Today in and around the Capital Region. We're so happy you're joining us today. We'll see you next week with another great lineup. Stay tuned.